Today, America and the world have said goodbye to three legends, icons not only of extraordinary talent, but also of compassion, integrity, and timeless influence. Their passing leaves a profound void in popular culture, sports, and society, areas where they once illuminated with their talent and unwavering spirit of dedication. Although they came from different fields, they shared one common trait. They touched the hearts of millions with their true selves. In these moments of remembrance, we not only mourn the loss, but also come together to honor the legacy they left behind, the stories, actions, and values that will live on through time. Have you ever heard of the legendary names we're about to mention? If so, leave a 1, and if not, comment a 0. Let's take a few moments to remember and pay tribute to these irreplaceable icons. Don't forget to watch the video until the end and leave a subscription to support the channel, giving us the motivation to bring even more meaningful content. These are three people, three lives, three blazing fires. And today, we light the final tribute to them. Ruth Buzzi, unforgettable in her role as Gladys Ormfee in Rowan and Martin's Laugh-In, passed away at the age of 88 on May 1, 2025, due to complications related to Alzheimer's disease. Her husband, Kent Perkins, confirmed the heartbreaking news, sharing that Ruth passed peacefully in her sleep at their home in Texas, surrounded by love after years of care at home. Born on July 24, 1936, in Westerly, Rhode Island, Ruth Buzzi became a household name through her role as Gladys Ormf, the sharp and clever woman with the smart handbag, a performance that earned her a Golden Globe and multiple Emmy nominations. The only actress to appear in every episode of Laugh-In, Ruth broke down barriers for women in comedy and left an indelible mark on television history. Behind the scenes, Ruth's journey was not without its challenges. In her later years, she faced the devastating illness of Alzheimer's with grace and resilience. A series of strokes in 2022 left her bedridden, but she continued to find moments of joy in the love of her husband and messages from countless fans. Kent Perkins frequently updated supporters, once writing, "Ruthie is facing serious health issues with a poor prognosis, but she still enjoys life, reading your messages and looking at your photos." In addition to making people laugh, Ruth also delighted audiences on The Dean Martin Show, Sesame Street, and in beloved classic cartoons like the Smurfs and the Berenstain Bears. She was not just a comedian. She was a storyteller, a pioneer, and a beacon of kindness that touched everyone around her. As we remember Ruth Buzzi today, we not only honor her unforgettable characters, but also celebrate her joyful and resilient spirit. Although her voice has now fallen silent, her laughter lives on in every memory, every episode, and every heart she touched. Goodbye, Ruth. Thank you for the light, the laughter, and the legacy you left behind. We will miss you dearly, now and forever. British actor Damian Thomas passed away on April 18, 2025, at Salisbury Hospice in Wiltshire. After a long and courageous battle with progressive superhuman paralysis, a rare neurological disease, and frailty, he passed away at the age of 83. His daughter, Phoebe Thomas, confirmed the news, and the Telegraph published an obituary detailing the news a few days later. Born in Ismailia, Egypt, on April 11, 1942, Thomas went on to build a career that spanned nearly 5 decades. He is fondly remembered for his role as Father Martin Alvito in the critically acclaimed 1980 miniseries Shogun and as Richard Mason in the 1983 BBC adaptation of Jane Eyre. His films, including Twins of Evil, 1971, The Message, 1976, and Pirates, 1986, showcased his remarkable range. On television, he appeared in beloved series such as Poirot and House of Cards, bringing profound depth to every role he undertook. Friends and colleagues have shared heartfelt memories of Thomas's kindness and generosity. Film historian Robert J. E. Simpson recalled, "It is sad to hear that the beloved Damian Thomas passed away at the age of 83 last Friday, just 1 week after his birthday. I met him a few times at various events, and he was always kind and generous with his time." The film community, especially fans of classic horror and historical dramas, has expressed deep gratitude for the authenticity he brought to his characters. He leaves behind his wife Julia, 3 children, and 3 stepchildren. Thomas's contributions to film and television have left a lasting impression on both audiences and colleagues. His performances are still remembered and appreciated by fans worldwide. Joey, kneel here while I work on this leg. Jay North, forever etched in the hearts of many generations as Dennis the Menace with his big round eyes, peacefully passed away on April 6, 2025, at his home in Lake Butler, Florida. He was 73 years old. He died after a long and quiet battle with colon cancer. Jeannie Russell, his longtime friend and former co-star, was the one to share the news. "Jay was a very sensitive soul," she said, "someone who never fully recovered from the pressures of childhood fame. But he never stopped caring for others." Born in August 1951 in Hollywood, North found himself in front of the camera before most children even started school. By the age of 8, he had become a household name through the beloved CBS series Dennis the Menace, which aired from 1959 to 1963. The show, which gently depicted the mischief of suburban life, brought warmth and laughter to millions. However, behind the charm of Dennis Mitchell was a young boy struggling with the weight of early fame, something Jay would later speak about honestly and vulnerably. As the spotlight faded, North stepped away from acting, served in the United States Navy, and eventually worked as a corrections officer in Florida. Away from the camera, he built a life rooted in service and resilience. He also used his experience to support young performers, collaborating with groups like A Minor Considers to help child actors facing the challenges he knew all too well. The tributes after his passing were gentle and heartfelt. "Jay was a wonderful person," said John Prost of Lassie, "and I miss him dearly." Angela Cartwright said, "Life wasn't always kind to you, Jay, but I hope now you've become the pirate you always dreamed of." For many, Jay was not just a face on television. He was a part of their childhood. If Jay North is part of your memories, which episode or moment still makes you smile? Share it below and help us honor the boy who grew up before us and taught us that even mischief can come with a kind heart. Charles Shesh, the Oscar-nominated screenwriter and director behind beloved films like Private Benjamin and Father of the Bride, passed away at Cedars-Sinai Medical Center in Los Angeles after a short illness. He was 83 years old. His daughter, filmmaker Hy Myers Shire, confirmed the news to the Associated Press. In a statement, his family wrote, "His loss leaves an irreplaceable void in our lives, but his legacy lives on through his children and the 5 decades of great work he left behind." Born in Los Angeles in 1941, Scheer absorbed the Hollywood tradition from an early age. His father, Melville Schij, was one of the founding members of the Directors Guild of America. Charles began his television career and later became famous for Private Benjamin, 1980, a screenplay co-written with Nancy Meyers and Harvey Miller, which earned an Academy Award nomination. Throughout the 1980s and 1990s, Scheer and Meyers, his creative and life partner at the time, created films that captured the humor, tension, and tenderness of modern family life. Baby Boom, Father of the Bride, and The Parent Trap, 1998, remain memorable films for many generations of viewers. After his passing, many who knew and had worked with him sent their tributes. Nancy Meyers posted a simple line, "Charles Schej, 1941 to 2024. Meanwhile, actress Lindsay Lohan shared, "He will always be in my heart, as will all the beautiful memories I have of him." Kimberly Williams Paisley, who starred in Father of the Bride, remarked, "I wouldn't be who I am today without them." Their words not only reflect affection, but also acknowledge how his work profoundly impacted their lives and careers. Charles Schij's story was never about greatness. It was about people, connections, and the quiet truths of life. Whether it was a daughter's wedding, a woman's career change, or holiday memories, his films brought laughter, reflection, and comfort. He left not only a body of work, but also a lasting emotional imprint on American cinema. Neil Zurcher, a beloved journalist, author, and longtime television personality from Ohio, peacefully passed away at his home in Bay Village, Ohio. He was 89 years old. His passing from natural causes was confirmed by WJW-TV, where he had worked for many decades. With his passing, Ohio not only lost a familiar face on the screen, but also a trusted voice that guided generations through the quiet back roads and small wonders of their own state. Most remembered for his iconic gas station trip segment, Neil had the rare gift of turning ordinary places into memorable adventures. Debuting in 1979 during the energy crisis, his travel stories encouraged Ohioans to rediscover what was around them. He didn't just point to a map. He was building a bridge connecting people to places. Families planned their weekends around his segments, knowing that his advice was sincere, practical, and rooted in a deep local knowledge. Beyond the screen, Neil wrote books such as Ohio Oddities and Tales from the Road, all carrying the same thoughtful, engaging tone that defined his presence on air. Over the years, his work received recognition from the Professional Journalists Association and the Ohio Broadcasters Hall of Fame. However, more than any awards, it was the unwavering trust of the public that shaped his career. He didn't chase fame. He earned respect. After the news of his passing, tributes spread across the state. John Skirdick, director of the Cleveland Public Library, wrote, "Neil's warmth, intellect, and passion left an indelible mark on all who had the honor of knowing him." One viewer shared, "His choice of words drew you into his story and captured your attention." Neil Zurcher reminded all of us that some of life's richest journeys begin right in our own backyard, and for that, he will always be remembered. Are you okay? I'm okay. Are you okay? I'm okay. I'm okay. Drake Hogestyn, best known for his decades-long portrayal of John Black on Days of Our Lives, passed away at his home in Malibu, California, after a brave battle with pancreatic cancer. He was 70 years old, just one day shy of his 71st birthday. His family shared the news through the official channels of the show, stating that he passed away peacefully, surrounded by loved ones. In their message, they honored his strength, stating that he fought with incredible determination until the very last moment. Born on September 29, 1953, in Fort Wayne, Indiana, Hogestyn began his professional baseball career before an injury led him to shift paths and pursue acting. In 1986, he took on the role of John Black, a mysterious and resilient character that would define his legacy. With over 4,200 episodes, Hogestyn became a daytime television icon, winning the hearts of viewers through his undeniable on-screen chemistry with Deidre Hall. Their characters, John and Marlena, became one of the most iconic couples in soap opera history, a cornerstone for many generations of fans. His colleagues remember him as much for the person he was off-screen as for his on-screen presence. Alison Sweeney wrote, "He was funny, generous, and thoughtful. He cared about every scene, every person." Christian Alonso shared, "I will always remember him as a warm and incredibly kind person." Christopher Sean, who played his on-screen son, simply called him Dad and thanked him for the love and guidance he provided both on and off the set. Drake Hogestyn leaves behind his wife, Victoria, 4 children, and 7 grandchildren. His legacy lives not only in his works, but also in the respect and deep affection of those who knew him. If you were ever moved by one of his scenes or found comfort in his portrayal of John Black, we invite you to share your memories in the comments below. What did Drake mean to you, and how has his work left an impact on your life? Dick Van Dyke spent over 7 decades bringing laughter, music, and charm to audiences worldwide. From a young man in a small Midwestern town to one of the most beloved entertainers in American history, Van Dyke's journey is a story of resilience, dedication, and an unwavering love for life. Born on December 13, 1925, in West Plains, Missouri. Dick Van Dyke's early career began in radio and television, but it was his role in the Broadway musical Bye Bye Birdie that first drew national attention. His portrayal of Albert Peterson earned him a Tony Award, showcasing his natural charm and effortless stage presence. This success opened the door to television, where he quickly became a household name. In 1961, The Dick Van Dyke Show premiered, and not long after, the series became a staple in American living rooms. As Rob Petrie, Van Dyke brought a fresh blend of wit, clumsiness, and genuine humor. His on-screen partnership with Mary Tyler Moore was warm and believable, capturing the nuances of married life with a relatable sense of humor. Over its 5 seasons, the show received critical acclaim and numerous Emmy Awards, forever changing the landscape of American sitcoms. but perhaps it was Mary Poppins in 1964 that truly placed Van Dyke in the hearts of audiences around the world. His portrayal of Bert, the cheerful chimney sweep and street performer, was filled with warmth, mischief, and boundless energy. Though his Cockney accent was far from perfect, a point Van Dyke himself often joked about, it did nothing to diminish the joy he brought to the screen. The character of Bert remains one of the most beloved in film history, embodying the optimism and kindness that Van Dyke himself lived by. Never content to be confined to a single role or medium, Van Dyke continued to expand his career. He starred in Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, 1968, as Caractacus Potts, a loving father and eccentric inventor. He later took on roles in Dick Tracy, 1990, and The Night at the Museum series, demonstrating his ability to connect with new generations without ever losing the essence of what made him special. In recent years, Van Dyke was honored with a Creative Arts Emmy for the special Dick Van Dyke, 98 Years of Magic, a celebration of his enduring contributions to entertainment. This award adds to his long list of accolades, including multiple Emmys, a Grammy, and a Tony, reflecting a life devoted to bringing joy to others. What truly set Van Dyke apart, however, wasn't just his talent, it was his approach to life. Even today, he continues to exercise regularly, attributing much of his vitality to stretching, yoga, and staying physically active. In interviews, he often emphasized the importance of daily movement and maintaining a positive mindset, even when faced with life's inevitable challenges. His cheerful spirit and zest for life were evident not only in his work, but in the way he carried himself every day. His marriage to Arlene Silver, whom he wed in 2012, stands as further proof of his belief in the power of love and friendship. Despite a significant age difference, their relationship has always been built on mutual respect, laughter, and shared passions. Van Dyke often credits Arlene with helping him stay positive and maintain an optimistic outlook on life. Family has always been at the center of his life. Even after experiencing the many ups and downs that come with fame, he has maintained a close bond with his children and values the simple joys of life more than the trappings of celebrity. His humility, both in public and private life, has only made him more beloved over time. People admire him not just for what he has accomplished, but for who he truly is. When reflecting on his legacy, Van Dyke often speaks with modesty. He does not seek monuments or accolades. Instead, he hopes to be remembered simply as someone who brought a little more laughter into the world, a wish he has fulfilled far beyond expectations. Beyond his entertainment career, Van Dyke has also demonstrated remarkable inner strength. He has faced health challenges with determination, and even in moments of personal difficulty, he has relied on humor and physical activity to find his way forward. His decision to remain in his beloved Malibu home, despite natural threats, truly reflects his deep love for stability and place. What's most remarkable about Dick Van Dyke is the way he has aged, not with bitterness or fear, but with an openness to joy and a profound sense of gratitude. His laughter didn't just fill stages and screens, it brought comfort and relief to those navigating life's journey on their own. If Van Dyke's story teaches us anything, it's that age is no barrier to happiness. Kindness outlasts praise, and a joyful heart is the greatest legacy anyone can leave behind. We'd love to hear from you. What moment from Dick Van Dyke made you smile the most? How has his laughter and warmth touched your life? Share your memories in the comments below, and don't forget to like this video if you believe that laughter is truly timeless music. Beyond Van Dyke's career, we also share the sad news of the passing of Will Cagle, a prominent figure in the northeastern off-road racing scene. He passed away at the age of 86 in Lutz, Florida, due to complications following a fall at his home, as confirmed by his wife, Barbara. After suffering a head injury in late January, he was hospitalized and never fully recovered. News of his passing was shared by Area Auto Racing News, marking the end of a life deeply connected to the world of short-track racing. Over a career spanning more than 3 decades, Will Cagle made a lasting impact on the northeastern dirt racing scene. With 498 recorded victories, he earned admiration not only from fans, but also from his competitors. From his early racing days in New Jersey and Pennsylvania to his standout wins at Orange County Fair Speedway, Weedsport, and Rolling Wheels in the 1970s, Cagle cemented his legacy as a skilled and formidable driver. His number 24 car became an icon, synonymous with victory lanes across the Northeast. Although the prestigious Syracuse Mile win eluded him, Cagle solidified his reputation with a victory at Langhorne in 1966 and 4 wins at the Eastern States 200. After a serious accident in 1985, he transitioned into track management, overseeing venues such as East Bay Raceway Park and Can-Am Speedway. Yet his love for racing never faded. He continued racing in Legends and TQ midgets well into his 70s, showing fierce dedication and smart strategy in every race. Colleagues remember him as a racer who never backed down but always raced fair. Will Cagle's story stands as a testament to deep commitment and an enduring passion for the sport. His legacy lives on in the hearts of fans and peers who witnessed his excellence on the track. Alongside Cagle's passing comes another sad note: the death of David Siegel, founder of Westgate Resorts, who passed away on April 5, 2025, at his home in Windermere, Florida, after a long battle with cancer. David, 89, was a great entrepreneur who built an empire in the private timeshare industry from humble beginnings. Since founding Westgate Resorts in 1982, he grew the company from a small operation into a national corporation with over 13,500 rooms across 22 locations. Despite his business success, David always valued family and social advocacy above all else. After the tragic death of his daughter Victoria in 2015 due to a drug overdose, he and his wife Jackie established the Victoria's Voice Foundation to raise awareness about addiction and contribute to national initiatives that support those in recovery. His legacy is not only defined by his business achievements, but also by his contributions to the community and family. Tributes from friends and colleagues about David Siegel reflect not just his success as an entrepreneur, but also his compassion and loving spirit. He was a man of humility who was always ready to help others. His story, documented in the film The Queen of Versailles, is not just about wealth, but also about resilience, recovery, and the importance of family values. The passing of Mary Schmucker, also known as Mama Mary, on March 28, 2025, has also left many in mourning. She passed away at the age of 65 after a long battle with colon cancer, a courageous journey she faced since being diagnosed in 2022. Although she is no longer with us, her legacy, especially her love and care for her family and community, will live on in the hearts of her loved ones and all those who were fortunate to know her. The stories of these individuals serve as vivid testimonies to resilience, love, and tireless dedication throughout their lives. If you feel these legends deserve to be remembered, give a like in tribute to them. Share the video to spread their story to more people. And don't forget to leave a comment about your feelings upon hearing of their passing. Your support is not only a motivation for the channel, but also a way for us to preserve the memories of those who have left an indelible mark. Hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next meaningful stories. Her son, Andrew Schmucker, confirmed her passing, sharing the news with respect and simplicity. Mary had entered a nursing home in late 2024 as her condition worsened, with her daughter-in-law, Rebecca, frequently updating friends and fans on social media. In one message, Rebecca wrote, "She hasn't been well for the past few weeks. She is currently in a nursing home. Her pain is too much and they are helping her get through it." Mary became nationally known through her role in Breaking Amish on TLC and later returned to Amish life, where she appeared as a supportive mother to her son Abe. Viewers were drawn to her honesty, warmth, and gentle sense of humor. She became a bridge between two worlds, the traditional Amish roots she came from and the challenges of adapting to life outside of it. Her authenticity on camera made people feel like they truly understood her. Beyond the screen, she continued to share her spirit with others through a cookbook filled with simple recipes that sincerely reflected her deep connection to family and her hometown. After her passing, fans and fellow cast members expressed their tributes. Many remember Mary as the heart of the show. One fan wrote, "She was the highlight of every episode. Rest in peace, sweet woman." Another shared, "I will think of her every time I cook with my Tupperware. She was unforgettable to so many. She wasn't just a TV character, she was a comforting presence, like a neighbor you've always cared for." Mary's legacy lives on in the strength she showed throughout her illness, the kindness she freely shared, and the family she deeply loved. She taught her followers that struggling with change, growing, and holding on to faith is normal, even when life changes around you. Her story wasn't perfect, but it was real. And in that honesty, she found a way into the hearts of many, where she will remain. All I can see is what's in front of me, and all I am is someone wandering. Gavin Creel, the talented Broadway star and attorney, passed away at his home in Manhattan, New York, after a courageous battle with metastatic peripheral nerve sheath melanoma. He was only 48 years old. His spokesperson, Matt Polk, confirmed the heartbreaking news through ABC News, leaving the theater community deeply saddened. Creel's career was a combination of extraordinary performances and meaningful contributions. From his breakout, Tony-nominated role in Thoroughly Modern Millie to his glorious Tony win for Hello, Dolly. In 2017, he built a legacy of authenticity and joy. His acclaimed performance as Elder Price in the Book of Mormon earned him the Laurence Olivier Award, showcasing his global impact. In addition to his work in the spotlight, he co-founded Broadway Impact, tirelessly fighting for the rights of the LGBTQ+ community, proving that his art was deeply tied to compassion and change. Those who knew Gavin remember not only the talent he brought to the stage, but also the kindness he brought to every room. Bette Midler expressed her sorrow, saying, "He was amazing. I can't believe he's gone." Lin-Manuel Miranda, recalling their early collaboration, wrote, "He was loved by so many, and it's unimaginable that he's no longer with us." Sarah Bareilles, holding back tears at his memorial service, simply said, "There's no way to fully describe Gavin because he lived infinitely. Broadway honored him in the most fitting way possible. All lights were dimmed on the Broadway marquees on December 3rd, a tribute to those who leave an indelible mark on the stage and in our hearts. As we celebrate the extraordinary life and legacy of Gavin Creel, we invite you to share your memories or favorite performances that touched your heart. Which moment in Gavin's career left the deepest impression on you? Let's honor him by keeping his spirit alive in our stories, in our laughter, and in the songs he so passionately gave to the world. Loretta Schrijver, beloved on Dutch television for over 3 decades, passed away peacefully on March 27, 2025, at the age of 68, after a long battle with colon cancer. Her family confirmed the news to RTL News, the network where Loretta's career first took flight. Elsa Opener, the editor-in-chief of RTL News, fondly remembered her. Loretta walked into our living rooms with her radiant smile and distinctive voice, making the news of the world feel accessible and close. Born in New York on May 16, 1956, Loretta moved to the Netherlands at a young age. She found her true calling in journalism, becoming a trusted news anchor at RTL News starting in 1989. Over the years, she expanded her influence beyond the news desk, hosting shows like Coffee Tide and becoming an energetic panelist on Masked Singer. Her intelligence, sincerity, and unmistakable laughter became a hallmark of her style, resonating with audiences across generations. Beyond her television career, Loretta had a deep love for animals. For over 30 years, she was a passionate ambassador for the World Wildlife Fund. Her close friend and former colleague, Quinty Trustful, fondly recalled a cherished memory. Loretta wasn't particularly fond of most holidays, but Easter Monday was sacred to her. Every year, we gave rescued hens a second chance at life, a tradition that brought her immense joy. Moments like these revealed the gentleness and compassion that shaped Loretta, not only on screen, but in every aspect of her life. Even when the illness quietly returned in her later years, Loretta's spirit remained unshaken. "Life is just today. You have to seize it," she once wrote to her colleague Jan Slacker, describing herself simply and beautifully. The woman with the most contagious, generous laughter in Versum. Loretta Schrijver leaves behind a legacy of kindness, authenticity, and a resilient voice that touched millions, never asking for anything in return. Jerrod Mustaf, a respected figure in the basketball community, passed away on his 55th birthday at the Novant Health Mint Hill Medical Center in North Carolina. The news of his passing was confirmed by the Baltimore Sun and was deeply mourned by the University of Maryland basketball program, where he was honored as a teammate and forever friend of Terp. Mustaf's journey in the sport began with promising potential. At DeMatha Catholic High School, he gained nationwide recognition as a three-time All-American. His time at the University of Maryland further showcased his talent, averaging 16.6 points per game and solidifying his reputation under coach Gary Williams. Selected by the New York Knicks with the 17th pick in the 1990 NBA draft, he later played for the Phoenix Suns, bringing versatility and strength to the court. Although his NBA career faced many challenges, including a controversy that overshadowed his career path, Mustaf's dedication to the game and his resilience remained unwavering. After retiring, Mustaf dedicated his energy to community service. He led the Take Charge Juvenile Diversion Program and served as the CEO of the Street Basketball Association, mentoring countless young athletes and guiding them toward a brighter future. His role as a sports ambassador for Gambia in 2006 highlighted his commitment to youth development both domestically and internationally. These efforts became the true legacy he left behind. A legacy defined not only by the points scored, but also by the lives changed. Tributes poured in from across the basketball world. Coach Gary Williams described him as a valuable member of the Maryland basketball family and a tremendously talented man, skilled in every aspect of the game. The NBA Alumni Association mourned, declaring that the basketball community had lost a legend. Former teammate Tracy Murray simply said, "Rest in peace, Jay." His son, Jaden Mustaf, is currently continuing his father's love for the game at Georgia Tech, a living tribute to the spirit that Jerrod Mustaf carried both on and off the court. What's wrong with you? George Clooney has become a timeless figure, with an influence that spans across film, humanitarian work, and personal resilience. His life story is one of dedication, growth, and a steadfast commitment to using his influence for a greater good. Born on May 6, 1961, in Lexington, Kentucky, in a family deeply rooted in the entertainment world. His father, Nick Clooney, was a renowned television journalist and host, while his mother, Nina Bruce Warren, was a former beauty queen and a member of the city council. Growing up with his sister Adelia Ada, Clooney immersed himself in an environment that valued hard work, humility, and community service. Despite having an aunt, the famous singer and actress Rosemary Clooney, George's childhood was quite ordinary and far removed from the glamour of Hollywood. During his early school years, Clooney attended several schools across Kentucky and Ohio, including Blessed Sacrament School in Fort Mitchell and St. Michael's School in Columbus. In high school, Clooney faced a significant personal challenge when he was diagnosed with Bell's palsy, a condition that temporarily paralyzed one side of his face. In 1977, he tried out for the Cincinnati Reds, but was not selected for the team. Although disappointing, this failure motivated him to reevaluate his aspirations, ultimately leading him to acting, a field where he would find his true calling. Before pursuing an acting career, Clooney took on various manual jobs, including selling women's shoes, working in construction, and even cutting tobacco. These early work experiences were tough but valuable, teaching him perseverance, empathy, and the dignity of hard work, values that would stay with him throughout his life and career. Despite his family's close ties to the entertainment industry, George Clooney's parents emphasized humility, integrity, and social responsibility. Watching his father's dedication to journalism and his mother's involvement in social causes had a profound impact on Clooney's worldview. This upbringing laid the foundation for his later humanitarian efforts and his commitment to using his influence for meaningful causes. Clooney first gained fame through television. His role as Dr. Doug Ross in the NBC medical drama ER, which aired from 1994 to 1999, introduced audiences to his natural charisma and his ability to convey deep humanity through his characters. His work on ER earned him 3 Golden Globe nominations and 2 Primetime Emmy nominations, quickly making him a household name across the United States. His fans were not only drawn to the character but also to the genuine sense of care and authenticity that Clooney brought to the role. After his success on television, Clooney transitioned to film, taking on various roles that showcased his versatility. In From Dusk Till Dawn, 1996, he played a ruthless criminal in a high-energy blend of action and horror. Later, in Out of Sight, 1998, Clooney's performance as a suave bank robber opposite Jennifer Lopez further solidified his reputation as a leading man and showcased his natural charm. These early film roles helped establish a foundation for a career that balanced commercial appeal with critical respect. Clooney garnered critical acclaim through his performances in more politically and ethically complex films. In Syriana, 2005, he played a weary CIA agent, a role that earned him an Oscar for Best Supporting Actor. His performance in Michael Clayton, 2007, further elevated his reputation as he portrayed a troubled corporate lawyer grappling with moral dilemmas, earning him an Oscar nomination for Best Actor. These films demonstrate Clooney's willingness to tackle difficult subjects and portray characters with deep internal conflict. Throughout his career, Clooney has collaborated with some of the most respected directors in the industry, delivering standout performances. His work with the Coen brothers in Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? 2000 showcased his strong comedic instincts and earned him a Golden Globe Award. In Up in the Air, 2009, directed by Jason Reitman, Clooney delivered a heartfelt and introspective performance as a corporate downsizer facing the emptiness of his transient lifestyle. This role earned him another Academy Award nomination. Collaborations like these allowed Clooney to explore various genres and continuously expand his artistic range. His contributions to cinema go beyond acting. As a director and producer, he has shaped profound stories that have been highly praised by both the public and critics. His directorial debut, Confessions of a Dangerous Mind, 2002, was warmly received, and his talent behind the camera gradually became firmly established. With Good Night and Good Luck, 2005, Clooney directed and co-wrote, showcasing his deep interest in politically charged stories. The film earned 6 Academy Award nominations, solidifying his reputation as a skilled director. As a producer, Clooney played a key role in the success of Argo, 2012, which won the Oscar for Best Picture. This further highlighted his ability to choose and tell stories with significant social impact. In The Descendants, 2011, he portrayed a man facing family upheaval, and his performance earned him yet another Oscar nomination. Clooney directed The Midnight Sky, 2020, a post-apocalyptic film centered on survival and hope. These choices demonstrate his continued attraction to stories with deep human themes. Not stopping at film, Clooney also made his Broadway debut as Edward R. Murrow in the stage adaptation of Good Night and Good Luck. The performance was praised for its depth and nuance, solidifying his position as a serious artist. George Clooney's career is a rich tapestry of creative performances that have left a lasting mark on popular culture and the art of storytelling. He has always remained steadfast in choosing meaningful roles and is not afraid to take on creative challenges. This has made him one of the most influential and admired figures in Hollywood. Beyond the screen, his personal life is equally inspiring. His marriage to Amal Alamuddin, an international human rights lawyer, was a significant milestone. George and Amal met in 2013 through a mutual friend when she visited his home in Lake Como. Their relationship quickly deepened and culminated in a private wedding in Venice, Italy, on September 27, 2014. The ceremony was elegant, with the presence of close family and friends. In 2017, the couple welcomed twins Ella and Alexander, marking a joyful new chapter in Clooney's life. He often says that becoming a father has given his life a greater sense of purpose. Recently, he shared his desire to prioritize family over work as he enters a more mature phase of his life. George and Amal have also been consistent in creating a positive and nurturing environment for their children amid the public spotlight. Beyond his family, George Clooney has also shown a strong commitment to humanitarian causes. In 2016, he and Amal founded the Clooney Foundation for Justice, CFJ. The foundation's mission is to promote justice in courts, schools, and communities worldwide. One of its main initiatives is Trial Watch, which monitors trials to ensure fair proceedings and protect human rights. Another important program is Waging Justice for Women, which provides free legal assistance to women and girls who face discrimination and violence. Through this program, thousands have gained access to justice and legal protection. George and Amal also host the annual Albee Awards to honor those who have dedicated their lives to defending justice. The award ceremony brings together leaders and activists from around the world, creating a platform to recognize those fighting for human rights. George and Amal's unwavering commitment to using their influence for social justice is a highlight of their journey. Financially, Clooney has also achieved extraordinary success, not only through acting, but also in business ventures. The sale of the tequila brand Casamigos helped solidify his net worth, which is estimated to be around $550 million as of 2025. However, Clooney doesn't pursue wealth for its glamour. He always focuses on meaning and responsibility. He lives simply, prioritizing family values and compassion over luxury. Despite his success and fame, Clooney has never forgotten the lessons from his childhood. One of his early struggles was dealing with Bell's palsy, a temporary facial paralysis while in high school. This condition caused half of his face to become paralyzed and made him the target of teasing. But instead of succumbing to it, he developed a sense of humor and wit to overcome the challenge. These experiences later became strengths in his acting and personality. That struggle taught him resilience, compassion, and the ability to empathize with others. These are the qualities that George Clooney has carried throughout his career and life, both in front of and behind the camera. Enduring this health issue at a sensitive age taught Clooney the importance of resilience and humor, qualities that would later define his public persona. The transition from television to film was not smooth. After his breakthrough success in ER, Clooney starred in Batman and Robin, 1997, a film that was heavily criticized by critics. It remains one of the low points in his career. Clooney himself has openly acknowledged the flaws of this film. However, he turned that experience into a valuable lesson, which motivated him to make more careful choices moving forward. As a result, he received higher praise for films like Out of Sight and Syriana. Physical injuries also had a profound impact on Clooney's journey. While filming Syriana, 2005, Clooney suffered a serious spinal injury from a failed stunt. The accident caused him chronic pain and led to long-lasting complications, including migraines and back issues. These painful experiences forced him to adapt both in his work and personal life. Moreover, Clooney had several motorcycle accidents. In 2007, he crashed in New Jersey, and a more severe incident occurred in 2018 in Sardinia, Italy. Following that, he reconsidered riding motorcycles, especially due to his responsibilities as a father. His dedication to his career sometimes resulted in serious health consequences. In The Midnight Sky, 2020, Clooney underwent significant weight loss to portray a frail character. This extreme physical transformation led to a diagnosis of pancreatitis. This highlights the risks actors face in delivering authentic performances. Personal losses also left a deep impact on him. He lost his aunt, singer and actress Rosemary Clooney, to lung cancer. These losses made him more sensitive to health issues and motivated him to actively participate in charitable causes, particularly in healthcare and human rights advocacy. Throughout his career, Clooney's political activities have sometimes sparked controversy. He has publicly criticized certain figures and political stances, which has led to intense public scrutiny. For example, when he suggested that President Biden should not run for re-election, former President Trump responded with insulting remarks. However, Clooney's resilience, perhaps even more than his fame, has defined who he is. In numerous interviews, he has candidly spoken about the fragility of life and the importance of living with purpose. For him, these reflections are not just words, but a guiding principle for both his life and work. Clooney has never shied away from the truth, even when it's controversial. He uses his voice carefully and responsibly, always advocating for social justice and human rights. While his views may sometimes be divisive, they consistently reflect democratic values and empathy for the vulnerable. Clooney's influence extends beyond his roles in films. It has a broader impact on culture and society. His career is a lesson in legacy. Success is not measured solely by awards or wealth. It's about integrity under pressure, compassion for others, and the courage to stand up for what's right. His journey prompts each of us to ask, what will we do with the time we have? What kind of mark will we leave, big or small? Perhaps your favorite memory of Clooney is his wit in Ocean's 11, the emotional depth in The Descendants, or his principled stance in Good Night and Good Luck. It may be the image of a devoted father, a committed husband, or a quiet but steadfast activist. Though they have passed, the contributions and legacies they left behind will live on in the hearts of millions around the world. They are not only legends of America, but also timeless symbols of inspiration that transcend time and space. We bow our heads in farewell and pay tribute to these great individuals. Is it a role, a piece of advice, or an action that you truly appreciate? Leave a comment below, and let's honor a life full of inspiration together. If this story resonates with you, don't forget to like and share it with those who also care about the incredible journey of George Clooney. Let's spread a message not only about success, but about character, heart, and a long-term responsibility to the world.